dun, 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 dun. Hello. STEM Research is the show. Mike Love is my name. Playing them stems is my game. Song tracks, essential music, not science, technology, engineering, and math. It takes me a minute, man. Like, think about it. What is it? Like, it's a test. It's a test question. What does STEM really stands for? Science, technology, engineering, math. Science, technology, engineering, math. At this point in my life, I got to repeat stuff over and over. That's the only way I'm going to remember it. But we're back with song tracks, essential music. STEM research, I play the stems. I do the research. What's up? I forgot to get my notes. Did I get them? Oh, I did get them. Look at that. I'm on time with everything. Dragoon Knight. What's going on, Shag Nice? Welcome to the show. Oh, let me get my chair. Let me pull my chair up. I crack myself up, man. If I don't make anybody else laugh, I make myself laugh. That's the most important thing. Got the camera on myself, not the camera, the light. I had been practicing some different things with the light. I bought a new light a few weeks ago, and I was like, that shit is bright. And yes, it has a dimmer. Yes, you can dim the light. But I was practicing because I'm always on YouTube University. And one of the things that I dislike about the light is the fact that it reflects in your eyes, or it reflects in your glasses if you wear glasses like I do. And so I was like, how do you get rid of that? That sucks. I just don't like seeing YouTubers or bloggers or vloggers or whatever they call themselves with the little light in their eyes. It's just, I don't like it. Always striving for the perfect whatever, something like, because I'm the kind of guy that's like, oh, I see the light in your eyes. Oh, you're using one of those little circular lights, huh? So if I'm saying it, then other people are saying it. So I searched on Google, how do you avoid that? How do you avoid the light in your eyes? And they're like, turn the light in a different direction. Turn it up against the wall. Turn it up high, but have it face the wall. And I was like, yeah, cool. That's a pretty cool idea. And so I've been doing that. But then I turned the light on myself, and I was like, I'm wearing this bright red hoodie. Let me shine the light on myself so it can just be bright and up, because I'm always wearing a black t-shirt. And of course, black is to hide the fat, because I'm a fat guy underneath it. Salute. That dude Shaka, what's good? So, it is hoodie, sweater, and jacket level weather here in the Midwest, although today was a nice day weather-wise. It's the calm before the storm, right? When I say storm, I mean snow. And hopefully all of that won't be coming for quite some time, but we know it's coming. In the Midwest, we know it's coming. So we're ready. I got my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? It's not really cold in the man cave, but it's comfortable. It's comfortable with the hoodie on. Now, as I sit underneath this light, it'll start to get hot. And if I come out of this bitch during the Be Right Back break, don't be surprised. All right, so Song Tracks Essential Music is the name of the show. STEM Research, we go through the stems. We break down songs 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday, right here at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Today I picked 2 disco era classics from 1979, produced by the Chic Organization. What a coincidence. Both songs released in 1979. Both songs produced by Chic. One a 5 million seller, and one a single that made the top 40 on the black chart. there's definitely a far distance between the two songs, but it is from Sister Sledge's most successful album. So, let's see. What can you say about Good Times that hasn't been said, man? What can be said about that song? I was talking about it last night, just kind of just thinking about the impact of that song. And the impact started like way before Rapper's Delight. The song sold 5 million copies in and of itself. Like, easily the biggest black record of 1979 outside of Rapper's Delight. And Rapper's Delight just was like, we're just going to play the music from the biggest song of the year. Good Times by Chic was the culmination of everything that Chic had been doing up until that point. They really started to move the needle with the previous album that they dropped in 1979 with La Freak. La Freak was a big record. That's the same album as Chic Cheer, which I like to play for my 20-year-old daughter and say, hey, you hear that music? That's where Faith Evans got it from. Dun, 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 dun. And she's just like, oh, my God, Dad, you are a walking, talking who's sampled. It is what it is. You just remember the songs, right? You just had the Say Chic album. The Say Chic album was a big album, man, you know. So everybody had it. And in those days, as I like to say on this show all the time, you listened to the entire album. Even if it ended up you didn't like a lot of the cuts or you didn't like everything on the album, you still listened to the whole album. So with the Risque album, Warm Summer Night, I know that song because we listened to the whole album. And it was the B-side of the 45, which I didn't have the 45. You had to have the album because it was Chic. Chic was doing that thing in 79, baby. So, the record ends up being like a skating rink classic. It's like any and everywhere people were in 1979. And here's the odd thing. 2 days ago on this show, we did Ain't No Stopping Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead, which in and of itself sold 2 million copies. When I say the record business was booming in 79, it was booming. One song sold 2 million copies, another sold 5 million. So I mentioned on Monday when we did Ain't No Stopping Us Now that is one of the two songs that I got tired of because they wore it out. On the other side of that coin is Good Times, which they also wore out, but I never got tired of it. There is something about that song, the key that it is recorded in, the singing, the clapping, all of those things come together, the bass, the guitar, the drums, everything just kind of comes together to make what I feel is a perfect record. And it's a relatively down-tempo record for disco. It's not super up-tempo fast. It's not, over 120 beats per minute as a DJ. I always think like that. It's more like 113, 114. So it's a nice, easy, it's a skating tempo. So it was humongous in the skating rinks. And skating really, around the disco era, skating really took off. The place that I probably got the most exposure to DJs coming up was the skating rink. Shandu 22, can't wait to hear that bass line. Yeah, that bass line is it's timeless. Shout out to Bernard Edwards on that one, man. Absolutely killed it. DJ Cirquette, welcome to the room. Thank you guys for being here. So, again, just getting into the backstory of Good Times, the song, it dropped. It was a summertime anthem. It was a skating rink anthem. It was a party anthem. It was on the radio everywhere you turned. And it was a song that talked about and heralded good times, even though financially the country was in a bad place. Most people were struggling through recession. You know, this country is always in a recession, regardless of whatever era it is. But the song Good Times was not a reflection of the times, but it was a song that was trying to. One of the things that you hear a lot about the disco era is that it was born in a time that was bad, you know, coming off of Watergate and coming off scandals in the 70s and the brokenness of the entire country and cities like New York City. But here's this happy, friendly, peppy music that got you out dancing. And that's exactly what Good Times was. It was not a reflection of the times. It was not a song that spoke to the ills of the world at large. It was a song that wanted things to be better. And it felt like that. When you heard it, you know, that opening piano came in. And our man on guitar, Nile Edwards on guitar, along with Bernard Edwards on bass. It's just a groove that won't stop. And like I said, I never got tired of this song. To this day, I cannot get tired of Good Times. It was of course, you know, once Rapper's Delight dropped, it was like, what in the world is this? You know, there's a song that has good times, but they're talking because we didn't know what rap was or could even really explain what rap was. And then a couple of years later, when it's used on Grandmaster Flash and the Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel, it's basically the basis for that record. You know, as Grandmaster Flash is cutting in between different records like Rapture and Another One Bites the Dust, but he keeps coming back to Good Times and he's throwing all these different things over the top of it. That was so early in, like, if I listen to that record now, it sounds archaic. It sounds like a relic of olden times. But in the space that it was released in, I had no idea what he was doing. I didn't know what scratching was in 1981, didn't know what cutting was. All of those things were foreign to a kid like myself in the Midwest. So Good Times is and has been the basis for a lot of different things. You know, Another One Bites the Dust would not be a record without Good Times. What is another one? Need You Tonight by NXS. You know, so many records from the 80s took a part of that record. Obviously, maybe we wouldn't have hip-hop. Hip-hop would eventually have come along and done something because King Tim III by Fatback Band, same year. Absolutely no response to that record for the most part. It was them rhyming over the top of Good Times that really caught people's ear because it was like, what is that? And it sounded exactly like Good Times. So much so that when we listened to the album version of Good Times, when it got to the breakdown, we would all start rapping Rapper's Delight. So when that last Good Times, you would jump in and start doing and the hip, the hop, the hippie, hip. And the break. Let's not talk about the breakdown. DJs for years and years and years have taken that record and cut it up. The good backspin. Yams, good times, good. All on the Fresh Fest stages. Good times, all the good time. So many good times. Good. You know, all your little back behind your back moves. Good Times is just that record, man. It is something special about that record. Definitely at the top of Chic's releases and of all the things that they did, obviously, you know, because it ushered into hip hop. So you got to give it that lane. You got to give it. I cannot say there would be no hip hop without Good Times. You can't say that because there was going to be a hip hop one way or another. This shit was gonna come. It was gonna happen. But for there to be the perfect storm of that record, Good Times, and then for Sylvia Robinson and the guys over at Sugar Hill to say, "Hey, let's get our house band to replay that. Let's replay that." Oh, don't give them any credit, and then they got sued. You talk about a ripe, just a moment where it's like there's there's dollar sign emojis, the dollar sign emojis in your eyes. Like, can you imagine having one of the biggest songs of the year and somebody makes one of the biggest songs of the year as interpolating your record and they don't give you credit? They don't give you writer credit. They never contacted you to say, "Hey, is it all right if we do this?" So you can pretty much write your own check at that point. You can say, "I want $1 million," or whatever you would ask for in 1979. And let's be clear, Rapper's Delight probably sold as many copies as did Good Times, but because of the shady business practices behind Sugar Hill Records, and I think the guys from Roulette Records backed Sugar Hill Records. So they never completely came out and said how many records they actually sold. They came out and they said, "Oh, the record went gold. It went gold." That's a lie. That's an absolute like, if you read something that said Rapper's Delight went gold, no. That was the second biggest record. That was the biggest record on the planet. It was like, Good Times is the biggest record on the planet. No, that shit was flying off the shelf. So big up to Nile and Bernard for striking lightning twice and helping to make rap what it is with that classic song. Let's dive into it. Let's get into the instrumental. If you are or not familiar how we do things on S.T.E.M Research, first thing we do is we go to the track and we break it down. We listen to it as an instrumental first to kind of get an idea of, what they were trying to do with the record, coming out the bat. Like, what were they trying to do musically? To hear the greatness of the song without the lyrical content over the top of it. So we play the instrumental and then we start breaking the song down track by track, instrument by instrument. And if you look at the screen already, as I have the song on the screen, one of the great things about the studio magic of this song, or maybe not the great things, is there's no break. The break that is created in this song that on the album version is obviously edited in the studio with tape and tape edits. The tracks themselves, the original master tracks, just go all the way through. And if you look, if I make these bigger, these gaps are where it breaks down. And that's interesting because when we play a Philly International song on this show, the songs are always set up exactly how you hear them on the album. If the song starts out with an electric piano with no drums underneath it, like The Love I Lost, that's how they arranged the song. This song was not arranged how it ended up being on the album. All of the instruments and everything just play straight through for the entire song, and then they went back, did some editing. So I did my own personal little edits so we could experience the song like it is experienced on the album, because I just got time to do that kind of stuff. All right, so let's dive into the song. Good Times from Chic from 1979 from the Risque album on S.T.E.M Research. All platinum. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Eastern 001.
1, 2.
Congas, man. Where these congas come from? Haha. This is the I made my own breakdown. It should be there. It should definitely be there, already arranged and in there, but it's not. So I made my own. Because you have to, man. That's so much a part of this record is the break. That's why this record is such a big party record and a DJ battle record, is because that last Good Times goes right into the break. The official adventures of Flash. Come on, bro. One of the greatest records ever pressed. 5 million records sold. At the time, it was the biggest selling record on Atlantic single. It was the biggest selling single of all time, selling 5 million copies. I love it when the band does random studio talk. S.T.E.M Research, Mike and MFN love the show and the track. Good Times from Chic. Let's get into the drums. Wait, that's not drums, that's bass. Bass, how low can you go? Drums by Tony Thompson. Drums for Mr. Tony Thompson. Let's start out. I just want you guys to hear this clap. That's another reason why this song is great, is this clap. It is the most on key. I don't know if they pitched it or whatever they did, putting reverb on it. It is like the most on-key clap in the history of claps. And it definitely is a clap. It's almost like a machine clap. All right, but let's get back to the drums. I don't even know if they use these congas, to be honest. These congas, I don't remember hearing. congas. Sporty life. Come on, conga player. I'm feeling the percussion. Sammy Figueroa on percussion. You switched it up. Nice. That's why we break down the tracks. Give you an insight on the song, how the song was made, why the song is great. Why is this a great song? You know it's a great song because everything all came together in greatness. All right, let's take the congas out. Just let our man Tony Thompson eat for a little while. Shonda Do 22, thank you for the emotes. Emote life. That clap, bro. Listen to that. It's just a regular clap. People in the studio with a bunch of reverb on it. But it is so effective to the track. So effective. Oops, sorry, too soon. We're not going there yet with the bass. Like, whoa. Like, we're early. Yeah, that clap in and of itself is like an instrument. It's a percussion in and of itself. Like, those claps are so much of a DJ. They did an incredible job with this record. Incredible job. Tony Thompson doing what Tony Thompson does on Chic drums. Very laid back, but getting his work in. Let's break down the track. Let's take the claps out. Take the hi-hats and the drum mic out. We just got the kick and snare. Kick and snare, kick and snare. One of my sisters took me to the record store to buy this album. The lady behind the counter couldn't believe a 6-year-old knew about the new Chic. You were destined, sir. Marcus Chapman, you were destined for this music, the music game, right? Like, come on, man. Chic, baby. This record was inescapable. All right, we got congas back. That's crazy. What do you know about Chic, young man? Everything. Come on. It's not like there was a whole genre of kiddie music out at the time. It's like kids liked what was hot. That's a dope story. Dope story, man. Thank you for sharing that. Simsay 08, thank you for joining. Welcome to class. S.T.E.M research. All right, you know what's next. You know what's next. We start with drums and then we go to bass. How low? I'm sorry, that was too predictable. How low can you go? All right. Clap. Let's leave a clap in. Iconic bass line. Iconic. It's Rapper's Delight, right? And Rapper's Delight took the clap too. Crazy. Come on, Bernard. Eat, bro. Eat. DJ Infinite, what up? Thank you for joining us, sir. Go on and walk. Nice. Nice switch up on the verses. Love this. Love it. Gives a song life. Sporty life. Man. 1979. A monster. Marcus Chapman was 6 years old buying the album, not the single. You could have 99 cents. He could have got the single. No, he knew. Cop the album. That's so dope, man. You're copying albums, and like what you got for what you paid for an album, you could have got like 5 or 6 singles, at least 5. Because what's the album back then? $5.99, $6.99. Could have got 5.99 singles. No, this guy is like, give me the album. That's the greatest story I've heard in a while, man. Thank you for sharing that. Bass, baby, bass. He put in work. That brother worked. To this day, I'm still not tired of this. Still. That's a testament to the greatness of this song. And the vibe and the key where it is, where it sits. It's an upbeat. We already had the St. Chic album at home, so it made sense to get the new one too. It did make sense. I love that story, man. That's dope. Put in work, eat. Drop some drums in. Tony Thompson and Bernard Edwards. Bernard definitely gets the MVP. Bernard is definitely the MVP of this song. A lot of these songs, Nile Rodgers and his lead guitar is the MVP. Not on this one. The original DJ J.U. Ice. What up, bro? I met both Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards at a block party in Brooklyn. Rest in peace to that brother, Bernard Edwards. Good Times was definitely block party music, skate music, house party music. It was everything. This record was a monster. All right, we did congas. Let's do some strings. Let's do strings and Rhodes. And, oh yeah, the piano. Take the Rhodes out. The piano is also a very big part of this record to me. Who do we have on piano? Strings, Karen Carslud and Karen Milne. Okay. Also Valerie Haywood and Cheryl Hong. Keyboards, Andy Schwartz, Raymond Jones, Robert Sabino. Just strings. Chiapella. Yes. That piano, for me, man. Take the strings out. Rhodey Rhodes. DJ Jazzy Jeff did a remix to Good Times on the Everybody Dance remix collection from Atlantic Warner Brothers. I remember that. There was a bunch of decent remixes on that. I know. I think that is probably where the first line of leaks came from, to be honest. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, it may not be true. When I say leaks, I mean S.T.E.M leaks. But yeah, what's his name? David Morales. David Morales did an incredible remix of Everybody Salsa. Not Everybody Salsa. Can you move? Can you move? Oh my God. Again, as you can see by the track, the Mike Love edit to make it sound like the 12-inch. Because otherwise, all the music's just going through and it just doesn't have the same feel. It's not good times. Shout out to Bob Clearmountain or whoever did the final remix that eventually became the album version. Piano back. Y'all see how it goes? That's arranging, man. I can't take credit for that. And I've heard it so much, I know exactly where those parts come in. Goddess One Love, you're finally back on Twitch. Welcome. Masters at Work did a remix of Funky Sensation. They also did a remix of Runaway Love. That was like a stripped down version. And they were some of the first people, I'll say it after the song ends.
Are you playing that shit in the vamp earlier?
So they were Masters at Work, Atlantic. They were like one of the first, like at that time. Are we even online? What's that all about? Anyway, they were one of the first groups to do like a S.T.E.M's type of a remix, because back in those days when they gave you the original tracks, you did like the light. If you're a DJ or a music fan, you know about the Shaka Khan Life is a Dance project, where they gave all of these tracks to these different DJs and remixers and had them do different versions of the songs. And most of the versions suck, except the ones that tried to stay true to the original track and didn't add a bunch of new instruments. Because back then they would strip everything out, put a brand new house track in there, put a new bass line, and it absolutely sucked. But the version of I Know You, I Love You, I Live You on that album is dope. Frankie's version of Ain't Nobody is decent. But like I was saying, Masters at Work were kind of like one of the first teams of remixers to just say, hey, what if we just strip this thing down and presented it in its regular form as opposed to going in and trying to do this big remix, which, you know, ends up bastardizing the original record that people loved in the first place. All right, let's go to the vocals. It's time to get into the number one NE fan. Tasha, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. You're just in time for good times. I don't know why. Let me, there's no lead guitar on this track. There's no lead guitar. It was in guess where it is in the slave tracks. Why would that even be? Why wouldn't it be in the main track? Why wouldn't it be? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand where Nile Rodgers is. You might be, the bass is what carries this record, but the rhythm guitar, Nile Rodgers does his thing too. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is with S.T.E.M sometimes. It's a gamble. It's a crapshoot. It's a toss-up. Sometimes all the instruments are there. Sometimes they're not. In this case, no Nile Rodgers. You might not even noticed if I wouldn't have said anything. But I hear it in the background. It's made me think of it. Listen. You can hear it. So it was in the original tracks. It wasn't in the slave tracks.
Good times. These are the good times.
Luther's singing on this. And if you listen closely, you can hear his voice. Luther sang background on both of the songs that we're doing today. He was all over the Chic albums. He was, at the time, one of the number one background singers, probably the number one background singer in New York City. Like the highest on demand, highest paid. And his voice stood out if you listen closely. So listen closely, and you'll hear Luther Vandross in this. Sir Cat, you hear him, yep.
Good times. These are the good times.
He's so right there.
Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times.
Nicole, thank you for the subscription.
A new
Tier
state
1.
of mind.
Appreciate that. Thank you, love.
These are the good times. Happy days are here again. The time is right for making friends. Let's get together. How about 9:45? Come tomorrow, let's all do it again. Boys will be boys, better let them have their toys. Girls will be girls, cute ponytails and curls. Must put an end to the stress and strife. I think I want to live the sporting life. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. Our new state of mind.
There's your key appella.
These are the good times. A rumor has it that it's getting late. Time marches on, just can't wait. The clock keeps turning, why hesitate? You silly fool, you can't change your fate. Let's cut the rug, little jive and jitterbug. We want the best, we won't settle for less.
Right.
Don't be a drag, participate.
My favorite line.
Clams on the half shell and roller skates. Good times. These are the good times.
Ah, they killed that.
Leave your cares behind.
Such a happy song, man.
These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. A new state of mind. These are the good times. Good times.
So I edited, as you can see. So that's the breakdown. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what were they doing? Not giving me an arranged version. Let me go back a little bit because I want to hear what the background vocals are doing in this song and see if this is Luther or if Luther kind of pops up, by himself a little bit.
The clock keeps turning, why hesitate? You silly fool, you can't change your fate.
It's probably not him.
We won't settle for less.
All right. Might be. Alpha Anderson on lead vocals.
Clams on the half shell and roller skates. Good times.
Clams on the half shell and roller. Like, what a combination. Clams on. It's such a dope line because it's like so chic, right? It's like clams on the half shell and roller skates. Like two things that definitely do not go together. Not even on some, I'm at the skating rink, what are we having? But it's just such a chic line, like clams on the half shell and roller skates. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect, man. This is a perfect record. Love it.
We want the best, We won't settle for less.
All right.
Don't be a drag, participate. Clams on the half shell and roller skates, roller skates. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times.
Strip away some of these backgrounds.
Good times. These are the good times. Our new state of mind. These are the good times. Good times.
All right, let's move it. Now on the song, also on the song, there is it goes back to the second verse again, and that's obviously some studio magic because that is not what happened with this song.
Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind.
There's Luther. There he is.
These are the good times.
Let's take that clap out.
Good times. These are the good times. Our new state of mind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind.
He threw a ha-ha. The Luther book is a great book. After we take the break, I'm going to go get it because it literally breaks down all of the songs. In the index of the book, it talks about all of the songs that he played on, or he sang on, I should say. And he sang on a lot of songs, man. STEM Research, Mike and MFN Love. The show continues. We've got another half of the show on the way. Sister Sledge, Lost in Music, from the We Are Family album, will be on the other side. We're going to take a break. Before we take a break, I got to remind you, the Old Man Rap Show this Saturday. We're back. The Old Man Rap Show every Saturday. All right. 12 noon Central Time. And I'm playing the best in Old Man Rap from 1979, from the inception, from Rapper's Delight all the way through, what came out in 95? The Infamous. From Rapper's Delight through The Infamous, from 1979 to 1995, I will be playing, and I play for 3 hours, the best, some of the more unforgotten. The show is really about music that is lost, forgotten, which a lot of rap music is. You know, rap music tends to just kind of be that bastard child that, you know, it was hot when it was hot, and rightfully so in some of the cases. But you know, there are a bunch of great songs that you haven't heard in a while, so make sure you check it out. Saturday, right here on my Twitch page, Mike and MFN Love, and it is also on my Twitter account as well, which is also Mike and MFN Love. So let's take that break. We'll come right back on the other side. Got some Sister Sledge. Back. S.T.E.M Research. Mike, MFN Love. Where am I? Where am I, bro? Where am I? Oh, there I am. All right. We're back with another one. It's Wednesday night. Gotta remind you, tomorrow we'll be back with another episode. We're back with another episode. As we are every day, right? We do this every day, 5 days a week. I keep telling you guys. 5 days a week. Tomorrow we will be here with Always There from Side Effect from 1976. A classic from Ronnie Laws, right? And Angel Dust from Gil Scott-Heron, which is, holy cow, from 1978. From the Secrets album, right? Is that Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Furious Frazier? I'm just kidding. Google it, Angel Dust. I know it's from 78 though. Angel Dust. That song was so randomly like hot in 78. So, yeah, I got stems for Angel Dust and stems for Always There. So I'm like, what the hell? Let's put them together. They're 2 years apart. There's no connection whatsoever. One's happy and one's about drug addiction. But where else is somebody going to break down Angel Dust and break down its place in the music history in the world? Like, where are you going to get that? Nowhere else. Nowhere else but S.T.E.M Research, so make sure you're here, all right? Let's dive into our second track of the night, Lost in Music. Just followed your Instagram. Thank you so much. Hi, you look really cool. Thank you. So for the normal followers of the show, I've switched some things up. This show was categorized under music. That is no longer. It is now categorized under Just Chatting. Just Chatting is one of the biggest categories on Twitch, way bigger than music, because music, let's face it, really took off when DJs started using the platform to spin and play music. But the show is music, but it's mostly just chatting. So Just Chatting as a category is about people talking and interacting with people. And I'm like, let's try it in Just Chatting. So when we see new faces and new people pop up, and it's like, who is this person? Where are they from? And why are they here? It's probably because we are now on Just Chatting. And so we may be coming up in some timelines or something. I don't know. If you would like to view episodes of S.T.E.M Research, past episodes, we started posting them at the beginning of this month. So at the beginning of November is when S.T.E.M Research episodes started going up on YouTube, my YouTube channel. A fresh episode is up every night on Mike MFN Love on YouTube. So Go to youtube.com/C/Mike MFN Love, and boom, you're right there. Or just search Mike MFN Love on YouTube. All right, Sister Sledge, Lost in Music. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going. Dragoon Night, I like that leave your cares behind part, but didn't know it was Luther. Yep. I meant to comment on that before we went to the break, but we went to the break so soon, so quickly, and we missed out. So, S.T.E.M Research is the show. Just a quick breakdown again for those of you who may be just joining us. It is a show where we dive into the DNA of some of the greatest songs ever recorded. These songs are presented in their master form or stems. S.T.E.M Research, of course, the name is a play off of STEM cell research. We just took the word cell out, and instead of STEM standing for science, technology, engineering, and math, it stands for song tracks, because we're playing song tracks, individuals, essential music. Song tracks, essential music, or STEM, and of course, I do the research. I go in, and speaking of research, I went and grabbed the Luther Vandross book, and I was wrong. I misspoke about Luther's book. It came out in 2004 by Craig Seymour. If you haven't read it, it's one of the best biographies I've read in quite some time. But I said that in his index, they list all of the songs that Luther sang background on, and that is not true. I think while I was reading it, they damn near list all of the songs that he sang background. It's a good thick book. It's over 300 pages. So they get into depth. It's not like Shaka Khan's book. I'm reading Shaka Khan's book, and I'm like, I'm ready to go to sleep. How about you get a real writer to? I'm sorry. I'm a little disappointed in Shaka's biography. It's not so bad that it's short. It's just not interesting. And I'm like, Shaka Khan, you're interesting, bro. Like, you're interesting. It's almost like she doesn't remember anything because she was on dope. The Luther biography, as I was saying, does not list all of the songs that in the index. They don't list the songs, all of the songs he sang on, but they do list all of the albums that he came out with in the group Luther, and his own albums as well. Let's see, 1979. Oh, they do. I'm crazy. I'm tripping. Okay, I did say it right. Okay, they do. How did they? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, they went back. Oh, they went back. Okay, all right. Okay, so what happened was I went to the index, and it started listing his albums. And I would think that they would list the stuff that he sang background on first, because that's where he got to start. But I was right. They do list all of the songs that he sang background on. He sang background on the Charlie Callow Orchestra album. I mean, Luther Vandross was eating. Let's see, 79. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Background vocals, special guest artist on the album. Yep, there we go. They don't have him listed on the Chic album, but that was his voice, and trust me, he sang. Yep, well, he's on C'est Chic. They have him listed on C'est Chic. So, the Luther biography, Luther, The Life and Longing of Luther Vandross. As I said, a great book. All right. So, Sister Sledge, Lost in Music. Joni Sledge sings lead, right? I don't know. I think this. Now, the thing with it's Joni, all right, because she's singing in all of the videos. So, anywhere you go on the internet and you see this song being performed, Kathy Sledge, the youngest member of Sister Sledge, is not singing the lead, but her sister Joni, who died a few years ago, rest in peace to her, she's singing the lead on the song. But as I listen to the song and I mute the tracks, she sounds a lot like Kathy. And this could be a mistake. You know, sometimes my tracks are labeled, and that comes from them being labeled in the studio. And these stems could be mislabeled. Somebody could have gone in and listened to each individual track and said, you know something, that sounds like Kathy Sledge on lead vocal. Let me go lead vocal Kathy 1. Let me make that a little bigger. Let's make that a little bigger here. Lead vocal Kathy, track 2. Vocal chorus, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. It's probably a mistake, but I will say this, when we get around to the vocals, their voices are very, very similar. Except Kathy has more of a gruff, rugged kind of a sound to her voice. Her voice, especially on We Are Family, but then again, they made the girl sing for 9 straight minutes and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. So she sounds very husky at the end of the song. So I'm going to continue to say that it is Joni singing lead. That is all we as a congregation have been saying for the last 40 years, is that's Joni singing on the song. When you see her perform, it's Joni on the song. She's no longer with us, so let's give her credit. But what if by some odd chance it's really Kathy singing on the song and they just wanted to put Joni out in the lead, and all those times they performed, it was really Kathy singing the song? Something to think about. All right, let's dive into the instrumental. Yeah, we start with the instrumental of the track. We let it play, and then we break down all of the tracks individually, one by one, through with all their instruments. So let's do that with this song from 1979. It went to number 35 on the urban chart, the black chart. It went top 40 black, didn't chart at all on the pop chart. But it ended up charting overseas in the mid-'80s or in the early '80s, '84, when they ended up doing a remix for the song. So it was the third single from We Are Family, the album. We had enough of them by then, I guess. We Are Family was such a monster record. Again, another great record in 1979. Lost in Music from Sister Sledge on S.T.E.M Research. Oh, that's cool, Serica. If you had posed this question last year, could have asked her in an interview with Colleen Murphy in the Q&A. As I said, first of all, Serica, welcome. Thank you for coming to S.T.E.M Research. Second of all, we're just going to leave it at Joni because that's how we know it. She just, like I said, when we get to the voices, you guys will see they sound a lot alike. Very similar. Very similar. Maybe the track is mislabeled. Maybe, I don't know. So, vibe out with the instrumental, produced by Nile and Bernard, the Chic Organization, playing on the record. Lost in Music, S.T.E.M Research. Elliot Range, welcome to class. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Luther eating. You see what I did there, right? Let's go. Vibe out to the greatness of the song without the lyrics, without the words. That's where we start on STEM research. We start out with the instrumental, then break the song down, break down the DNA of every track. We do this every night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Right here on this channel, Mike and MFN Love. Share it on your page, won't you? Share it. Subscribe, follow, hit the little thing and go live with us. All those beautiful things. STEMs, research, let's go. That 84 remix was big on the Chicago house scene in Chicago in summer 85. Thank you, Marcus Chapman. I think these stems are from that session because all of the extra samples that are used in that remix are on this. And they're loud and noisy and irritating as far as I'm concerned. We'll play them when we get to the vocals. Shout out to Serica, who was. Are you a mod with Francois K? I know you were on Francois's feed earlier. Shout out to Francois K. I actually meant to give him a shout out if I was disseminating. Shout out to Francois K. He was talking stems and y'all know stems is like my lane. All things STEM, that's what this show is. But Francois K was talking about stems, but he was talking about using today's technology to extract stems from popular songs. And I'm like, come on, Francois, you're Francois K. You've got the original stems, bro. Let's go. I think he's got the tapes. I want to interview him. So, Serica, I'm his resident cat. Love it. Look. Put a bug in his ear. I would love to interview Francois K on this show, on STEM Research. Please let me know the best way I can go about making that happen. If it's sending him a whisper or whatever, I want to talk to the OGs. And he is a talker. And I love that about him because that's what this show is. That's why I want Francois K to talk. I'm like, dude, stop the music and just talk. You won't lose a soul. He wouldn't lose a person. Me, I'm no Francois K. Are you in our Facebook group? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, that's where I first was. That's where he was going live first, was on Facebook. Yeah, I'm a fan. Francois K, come on, bro. Situation, Tour de France, the U.S. version of Tour de France. Those are my two favorite Francois K remixes. Come on, I'm a DJ, bro. I can rattle them off. All right, I talked all over the instrumental. Forgive me having a conversation with Serica. But yeah, she's Francois K. If you do not follow Francois K NYC, he was A&R and one of the engineers back in the Prelude days. If you go on YouTube, he did a 7-hour set of the greatest records that were ever released on Prelude. He talked to a bunch of DJs about what their favorite records on that label. And Prelude, if you don't know, is just this label like so many labels out of New York City in the late 70s, early 80s, and they put out a gang of fantastic. I just always want to say, just D-Train. D-Train, You're the One for Me by D-Train is my favorite Prelude record of all time. Hands down, period, point blank. But they did I Hear Music in the Street, Must Be the Music, which I found out on that feed was their biggest record, their biggest charting record, if I'm not mistaken. They did Your Mama by Wolf Ticket and a million other. If I'm not mistaken, they did the Ain't No Mountain High. No, that Ain't No Mountain High Enough, I think is I think Ain't No Mountain High Enough is Sal Soul. But there's some records that are like in that lane where that group, Inner Life put some records out. Somehow, Some Way. He played the wrong version of Somehow, Some Way. I was so pissed off. I was like, bro, play the Chicago version. Marcus Chapman will back me up. There is the version of Somehow, Some Way that they play in Chicago was the one, and he played like the New York version or something. I'm not saying they made it in Chicago because they didn't. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out like I'm having a conversation with dude. All right, let's get back to STEM research and let's break down this damn song because that is what we do here. Let's mute the kick. All right, let's start with Tony Thompson on drums and who's on percussion? Sammy Figueroa. Sammy Figueroa from the Chic album is playing congos or bongos, as they say. That's why we're just chatting. Yep. Searching to find the one is my. Searching. Thank you, MC. Can you handle it? Sharon Red. There's so many. He for 7 hours went through all of the Prelude records. I think he played everything. He played Keep On Jumpin', which I did not know he did the mix on. Keep On Jumpin' is one of the great records. That breakdown, that jumpin', bin, bin, bin. Oh, he snapped on that. Bro, that's so hard. Boom, 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 boom. He did the mix on that music. What else? What else did he do, Francois? He didn't play Nasty Rock by Patrick Adams, but he played a bunch of Patrick Adams songs, man. Patrick Adams did a lot of records. He played the Sign record, S-I-N-E. He played the Sign record from that I'd never heard before. Bro, that shit is sick, man. And Patrick Adams was in the chat. Oh my God, I was like, bro, please play Nasty Rock and Party Rock by Patrick Adams. And Patrick Adams responded. I was geeking. Patrick Adams, bro, Power Play Studios. The guy who is responsible for the way Paid in Full sounds. Let's be clear. Paid in Full is not paid in full without Patrick Adams. Period. Find there's an interview that he does where he talks about how he put all the samples in key on that album because they came in there trying to make an album and they didn't know Eric B. and Rakim didn't know what they were doing. So Patrick Adams arranged all of that, made everything go where it's supposed to go, and that album sounds the way it sounds because of him. Legendary. Yeah, that stripped down version of Somehow, Some Way is the one. Lee Collins used to bump that on WHPK. I used to think that was Colonel Abrams singing. Yes, that is the version. And he didn't play that one. I was so pissed off. It's like the dub or something. It's the remix. Jocelyn Brown on background vocals on that music track. Yep. France Jolie. Yes, we are just chatting. And that is what we are doing here. It's a whole bunch of music lovers, music aficionados. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Tony Thompson just giving us basic. That's pretty much what he does with his work with the Chic Organization. He did not really branch out until he was playing drums on the Nile Rodgers produced Madonna songs, Some Like It Hot, The Power Station, named after the studio, The Power Station, where they recorded these records. But this is quality drumming though. He's definitely in his lane right now. You can hear Nile's guitar bleeding into the track. Jocelyn Brown sang lead on Inner Life's One Night Love Affair. That was one of the Inner Life records? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Was Inner Life was on South Soul and on Prelude? Yes or no? You guys know that colorful label. Studio was Power Plant, no Power Play. No, it was Power Play. I don't know much, but I know that much. Power Plant is a different place. Power Play is. I'm a big Patrick Adams fan. He has a Red Bull. Those Red Bull interviews, he has one. It's the P&P stuff. I mean, what's the record we play in Chicago? The Patrick Adams record. Oh my God. God, I can't even think of the name of it. Not Disco Juice. The Fly Away one. Oh my God. That record is amazing. That's a Chicago record. I've heard so many records in this city, I'd be like, this record can't be anything but a Chicago record. Atmosphere Strut. Thank you so much, Elliot Ray. Atmosphere Strut is a Chicago record. That's Patrick Adams being his Patrick Adamsist. Incredible record. All right. Come on, Sammy. Sammy ate good on this, bro. All right, let's take it back. We are breaking down Lost in Music. Did I put it on the screen? I sure did. Look at me. On top of my game, baby. On top of my game. 1979, again, a great year for the Chic Organization. In 1980, they would go on to produce Diana Ross. But first, they wanted to make sure that everything was safe. They were offered Diana Ross. They could have did any project with anybody at that point because they were killing the game. 77, 78, forget about it. People were trying to line up to work with Chic, but they wanted to test the waters, and they tested the waters with Sister Sledge first. And that was smart because the Sister Sledge project was through the roof. The Diana Ross project, although the hits are there, and it is unquestionably one of her better albums, how it all happened and came down to it, and the mix of the album and her taking the masters from the Power Station ends up kind of giving the whole story a bit of a black eye. Ooh, come on. I decided to pair my man Bernard Edwards up with the piano player, Mr. Andy Schwartz. Listen to that. That's quality playing right there. I love it, man. I love it. heard him, Bernard. Let's get some Rhodes in there. Piano out. So we got the sequencer and the Rhodes and the bass. Dug through a whole record store in Soundview when I lived in BX. The only thing I found was Atmosphere Strut 12-inch for $1. It was worth it. Cream label, brown sleeve. Those are the finds you never forget, bro. Atmosphere Strut 12-inch. It's an old Frankie IS record. There's a wrong version of Atmosphere Strut 2, one in 76, one in 79. Really? Let me make my notes. I gotta write that down. I gotta pull that up. I got my pen. Y'all know I got my super pen to write my notes down. Atmosphere Strut 76. Does it sound like anything like the 79 version, MC? Atmosphere Strut 76. And 79. That 79 version is a monster. Bass out. Sequencer. Let's go all keys right now. Late but present. It's close but not as good. I'm gonna check it out. Tony Jacks, my brother, welcome, sir. Let's take the Rhodes out. Synths behaving like strings. Love it, love it. Come on, piano man. This is what makes this song great, ladies and gentlemen. All these incredible instruments. Forgot about the tambos the whole time. Back in. Lost in Music. Such a disco era joint, right? Singing about the music. Tame considering who's playing. Yeah. Again, the guitar is missing. I don't know what's going on with my stem guys. Bernard was saving his best for good times. He's like, I'm gonna give you all some bass lines, but can't give you all the heat. Let's see where we have not gone yet. We have not done strings, so let's do strings with those synths. Let's start out with just the strings. Wait, these are guitars. Okay, we definitely have a mislabeling going on. So the synth track with strings was synths. Well, here we go. We found the guitar. There it is. I thought that was a synth just sounding very, very string-like. Okay, so that Kathy Sledge is definitely a mislabel. If they labeled this strings, this is labeled strings, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't label this, for the record. All right, there he is. We found him. Mr. Nile Rodgers. See what it sounds like with some bass on top of it. These guys are always playing in unison. Yes, it's my music. Come on. 2-2. Bass out. Mr. Range. Love it. Order, the Reflex, Young Pulse, Joey Negro killed their remix rework of this tune. I gotta go back and listen to the Reflex. Shout out to the Reflex, man. Buddy be killing the remixes, man. And he got a couple of stems I'm still trying to get my hands on. Like that Superfly. Like, bro is the only person that's touched I'm Your Pusher, Superfly, I'm Your Pusher, MC Ice-T. Only person got the Superfly stems. Is it Superfly? Oh, Pusher Man. I keep wanting to say I'm Your Pusher, but that's Ice-T. He has the Pusher Man stems, and he did an edit of that, which is quality work, but you just want to touch that. You just want some Curtis to put your hands on. Can I get some Curtis stems so I can put my hands on them, please? Come on now. Let's bring his guy one more time. Yeah, the remix, the reflex is dope. He's the only person that's really touched All Night Long. And he's the only person that's really got All Night Long. He does excellent work. Absolutely excellent work. Real straightforward stuff. His edits of, what are those songs? Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights, the Heatwave joints. He's the first person to touch the Heatwave joints. Boogie Nights. Reflex has been doing this since 2013, absolutely. Reflex's Stevie, Don't Make Me Wait. Really? I'm gonna go through the discography. I got more notes, I got more homework. Welcome to class. I really haven't heard anything he's done in 2021, honestly. So if he's doing work in 2021, I want to get up on that. Reflex revisit of the Carpenters, We've Only Just Begun. Wow. For real? I talked with Johnny Wilder of Heatwave's widow over the weekend while I was in Dayton, Ohio. That's dope. He's been a machine this year. Dave Lee is the remixer for 2021. When Dave Lee puts his hands on some stems, he's basically the 2021 version of what what's my man Dimitri from Paris was doing. When Dimitri touched the Philly International joints in 2010, that was like, that drew the line in the new generation of remixers. Like, that was the step, and everybody, not everybody, but most people are like birthed off of that, because he took all of those Philly International records and he evened them out and gave them he had done something that nobody was really doing up until that point. If somebody took an old record and evened it out, they were putting new drums and new keys and a whole new remix. But Dimitri from Paris was taking records that we loved, using all of the instruments, beefing up the drums, and evening them out, which is kind of what Francois K is talking about when he was on his feed earlier, Francois K New York, without putting all the extra. I put like extra kick and snares and hi-hats, but I leave all of the other instruments. And where can you go check my stuff? Well, you can certainly go to my Bandcamp page, not Facebook, not there. You can go to my Bandcamp page, Mike MFN Love, and you can hear some of my edits there. All right, have we gotten to lyrics? Have we gotten to vocals? We have gotten to vocals. We are at the stage where it is time for us to break down the vocals of this song. We have gone through all of the musical elements, and we're just going to face it. We're just going to say that this guy, whoever labeled these tracks, got it wrong. This is because the same guy labeled a guitar a synth, and you've got to be an idiot to not know a guitar when you hear it, or he really wasn't listening or paying attention to what he was doing. So that said, it is time for us to go on the vocals. So let us get rid of Kathy's name, and let's put Joni where it belongs. And there's some very interesting things going on. And I'm not going to say if I'm not mistaken, because I'm not mistaken. Luther Vandross sings background on this record too. I'll go back. I'll be like, damn, I'll be killing the if I'm not mistaken. I am the if I'm not mistaken guy. I don't want to be mistaken. If I'm like, hey, if I'm wrong, correct me. Let's jump into Lost in Music, the vocals.
We're lost in music, caught in a trap, no turning back. We're lost in music, we're lost in music.
Khan kills it too, absolutely.
Feel so alive.
Khan has touched a couple of joints.
I
the
quit
last
my
couple of
9
years.
to 5.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
We're lost in music.
Khan's version, but I want to thank you. Mwah.
Have you ever seen some people lose everything? First to go is their mind.
Doubled up vocals.
Responsibility.
Okay, so this is what I was saying. So I'll take one of the vocals out. She sounds a lot like Kathy, which is why the person that was naming these tracks could make that mistake. So listen closely, my friends and Sister Sledge lovers. I know in your mind you've got Joni because you've been watching it for 40 years. It's Joni singing lead. We know. But as I'm listening to this, a cappella, everything stripped back, she sounds, her and Kathy are similar. Kathy, as I said, a little bit more husky. Hers maybe a little taste more breathy.
Have you ever seen some people lose everything? First to go is their mind. Responsibility
strings.
to me is a tragedy. I'll get a job some other time. I want to join the band and play in front of crazy fans. Yes, I call that temptation. Give me your melody, that's all that I ever need. The music is my salvation.
We're lost in music,
Background.
caught in the trap, no turning back. We're lost in music,
Luther, Fonzie Thornton, all in
we're
this.
lost in music.
The whole crew.
Feel so alive.
Alpha Anderson.
I quit my 9 to 5. We're lost in music.
In spotlight, the band plays so very tight, each and every night. It's no vanity, to me it's my sanity. I could never survive. Some people ask of me, what are you gonna be? Why don't you go get a job? All that I can say, I won't give up my music. Not me, not now, no way, no how. Oh,
We're lost in music,
oh,
caught in the trap,
I'm caught in our music.
no turning back.
Oh, 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 oh.
We're lost in music,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
we're lost in music.
I'm lost. Don't take away our music.
Feel so alive.
I feel so free.
I quit my 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah.
We're lost in music, we're lost in music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, check this out. This is interesting.
No way. No turning back. Yeah. Can't
That's what I
quit.
need.
No, 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 no.
The problem, you can take it off for a second. The problem, don't let it go down. You know, always try to stay away
Keep
from
it up.
Keep going, hey, you know, try like for
Okay.
a consistent little spot. Let's do a few things. That's it. No, you only need it for like a certain amount of bars.
Okay.
It leads into something. Okay? But stay up. Make it as bright as you can, the things you can think of as bright as possible.
That's very. I love that. That's like I've never seen that happen on as we break down the tracks. So in mid recording, Joni is doing her ad libs and her energy is falling. So Nile Rodgers walks into the booth while she's recording, tells her to take her headphones off, and says, "I need some more energy on this song." Incredible, man. That's incredible stuff. Like who does that? Who doesn't say stop? Stop. But she's doing ad libs on a bunch of other tracks. So we're gonna go to those tracks. But I wanted you guys to hear that because that's what happens when we pull back the layers of the tracks on these songs. And her energy was like she was dry. Like if you think about it, she was dry as shit.
Lost in my music, I feel so free. Yeah, yeah. Da 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 da.
Let's play it again.
Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Hell, hell, hell. Mm-hmm. No way. No turning back. Hell.
Listen, he just
Can't
busted in.
That's what I
quit.
need.
No, 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 no.
The problem. You can take it for a second. The problem. Don't let it go down. Try to stay away.
Keep
from
it
it.
up.
Keep going. Hey. Try like for
Okay.
a consistent little spot. Just do
That's
a few
crazy.
things. That's it. No, you only need it for like a certain amount of bars.
Okay.
It leads into something. Okay?
Like this is her first time in the studio. It's crazy. And her energy
No turning
immediately.
back. No, 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 no. Lost in my music. Lost in my music.
We're lost in music.
Look at her energy now. Look at her energy.
Feel so alive. I quit my 9 to 5. We're lost in music.
I'm lost in my music, yeah.
We're lost in music.
Can't quit.
Caught in the
She's the queen of
Oh no,
uh-huhs.
get back. Oh yeah.
no turning back.
No turning back.
We're lost in music.
Lost in my music.
We're lost in music.
Kathy would never.
Feel so alive.
Kathy would never.
I quit my 9 to 5.
I'm free. Oh yeah.
We're lost in music.
Yeah, yeah.
We're lost in music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Caught in the trap. No turning back. We're lost in music.
All right. So she also has another vocal track where this vocals background, where we can take that lead out. So vocal chorus. And also these vocal chorus effects that Marcus was talking about with this is the remix.
We're lost in music. Lost in music. Caught in the trap.
Caught up in
Lost in music. No turning back.
Ooh.
We're lost in music. Lost in. We're lost in music. Lost in music.
Don't take away our music.
Feel so alive.
Let's just punch up the vocal
I quit
tracks.
my 9 to 5.
Vocal effects.
Lost in music. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. Melody. We're lost in music. Caught in the trap. No turning back. We're lost in music.
All right, let's take the chorus out.
Melody is good to me. 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 Melody, 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 melody is melody.
I'm caught, can't quit.
We're lost in music.
Lost up in my music.
Feel so alive.
Feel so free.
I quit my 9 to 5.
Check the beat, check the rhythm of my feet.
We're lost in music.
Yes, the 1985 House Party.
We're lost
Reminds
in
me of
music.
89.3. Well, there you go, sir. Glad we could uncover that.
Caught up,
No turning back.
yeah.
We're lost in music.
Lost up in our music.
We're lost in music. Feel so alive.
I feel so free.
I quit my 9 to 5. We're lost in music.
Have you ever seen people who
We're lost in music. Lost in music. Caught in the trap. Lost in music. No turning back. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. We're lost in music.
da 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 da.
Lost in music. Feel so alive.
Oh
Lost in.
yeah.
I quit my 9 to 5. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. We're lost in music.
Ooh.
Caught in the trap.
We're caught
Lost in
up
music.
in our music.
No turning back. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. Lost in music. We're lost in music.
Wow, dude really gave a sigh of hue after she finished her vocal. I think they were being nice, giving Joni an opportunity to sing lead on this song, but I mean, they are sister Sledge, right? So maybe we can have one of the other sisters do some lead vocals, but as it turns out, it seems like that might not have been the best idea.
To me, it's my sanity. Ooh.
Oh, it was on this track.
We're lost in music.
Oh no, that was the background singers. Shout out to Luther, Alva Anderson, Alpha Anderson, David Lastly, Diva Gray, Luther Vandross, and Norma Jean right on background. Bass from Bernard Edwards, of course. Tony Thompson on drums, electric piano. Fender Rhodes from Raymond Jones, guitar from Nile Rodgers. Piano Andy Schwartz, strings from the Chic Strings, and so on and so on. Lost in Music on S.T.E.M, STEM Research with Mike MFN Love. We do this show, as I always say, Monday through Friday, right here, 8 o'clock Central. Make sure you join us. 8 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, Mountain, West Coast, all that other time. In the rest of the world, who knows? Who knows what time we're on in the rest of the world? But tomorrow, Thursday, make sure you join us. We've got Gil Scott-Heron's Angel Dust and Side Effects always there on STEM Research, so make sure you are part of the show. Wrong one. Thank yous. It's time to go. It's time to go. So, what we like to do at this part of the show at this time is send thank yous out to the Stimulators. Thank you to our chat, aka the Stimulators, for being a part of the conversation. We're just chatting. Like I said, we're in a new category, just chatting. Hey, we're just chatting. So thank you for coming and chatting with us and listening to the ravings of a madman. 2 stems a night, we break them down to their very last compound. CC Ryder Lee, thank you. Claire Serge, Shy Story, thank you. Or Claire Serge, See History. Thank you. Debbie Moore, thank you. DJ H. Lee, thank you. DJ Sir Ketz, thank you. DJ Tony Jacks, thank you. Dragoon Knight 5515, thank you. Eastern 001, thank you. Elliot Range, thank you. FTO Payer, thank you. Goddess One Love, thank you. MC Marcus Chapman, thank you. Nicole 5730, thank you. Own 3D, thank you. Arnita, thank you. Sajan 46, thank you. Serica L, all the way from the Francois K NYC feed. Thank you for coming to check out STEM Research. The original DJ J.U. Ice, thank you. The Art 85 and Tiz Cloud, thank you. We'll be back tomorrow 8 o'clock with more stems. Let's see who we can raid tonight. DJ Dark Knight, why don't we do it? Why not? Start the raid. DJ Dark Knight is getting his mix and cutting scratches on. Class is dismissed. See you guys tomorrow.